Gujarat is well on its way to becoming future ready.
આજે ગ્લોબલ ફોર્ચ્યુન 500 કંપનીઓમાંથી અનેક કંપનીઓ ગુજરાતમાં પોતાના કારોબાર શરૂ કર્યા છે. આ બધું વાઇબ્રન્ટ સમિટની સફળતાને કારણે જ શક્ય બન્યું છે.
Catalyzing exponential growth and human progress, the Vibrant Gujarat Global Summit has created an ecosystem for development. With gross state domestic product growing significantly between 2002-03 and 2022-23, outpacing national averages.
ये रुकने का समय नहीं है. पिछले 20 वर्षों से अगले 20 वर्ष ज्यादा महत्वपूर्ण है. यही समय है जब भारत को एक ऐसा रोड मैप बनाना होगा जो उसे 2047 तक एक विकसित आत्मनिर्भर राष्ट्र के रूप में हम उसको दुनिया के सामने प्रस्थापित करेंगे.
Come, be a part of the Vibrant Gujarat Global Summit 2024. Gateway to future.
This is what the Vibrant Gujarat Global Summit is, and this is what the state of Gujarat is. In order to throw more light and to talk about the conducive business opportunities in Gujarat, I would request Dr. Rahul Gupta, IAS, Vice Chairman and Managing Director, GIDC, to share his presentation with us.
Shri Balvantsinh Rajput, Honorable Minister for Industry, Labour and Employment and Civil Aviation, Government of Gujarat. Shri Tushar Bhatt, Managing Director, Gujarat Informatics Limited. Shri Videh Khare, Mission Director, Gujarat State Electronic Mission. Shri Ullas Kamatji, Chairman, FICCI Bangalore. Ladies and gentlemen, a very hearty and warm morning to all of you. It's such a great honor, pleasure, privilege and pride to be amongst all of you. India, Bharat, we are all aware we are one of the largest democracies in the world. We are the youngest country in the world. We are one of the fastest growing economies in the world. They say we are at number 5, but I wouldn't be surprised if we soon become number 3 because we are really striving hard to reach there. And apart from all of this, we are one of the fastest growing markets in the world. We are expected to reach $6 trillion by 2030. And believe you me, the world is eyeing at us. The growth engine driving the success story of India is Gujarat. Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce to all of you my state, Gujarat. The mighty land of legends and lions, the radiant land of colors and white Registan, Gujarat boasts of double-digit growth and single-window system of clearance. If India is the magnet of global investments, friends, the pull for this attraction is Gujarat. Very aptly, the business card of India. Gujarat is not just a territory or a piece of land. It is an experience, a heritage which is mapped on the world map. With a meager 5% of India's population, Gujarat contributes 8% to India's GDP, accounts for 11% of India's factories, 13% of India's total renewable energy capacity, 17% of India's total FDI, 18% of India's total industrial output, and over 33% of India's exports. Friends, Gujarat indeed is a land of infinite possibilities. We are a pioneering state with many firsts to our credit. First in logistics performance, first in good governance, first in startup rankings, first in state energy and climate index, and we are amongst the top achiever states when it comes to the ease of doing business. I can give you several reasons why to invest in Gujarat, but today let me talk about 7 such reasons. Even the most fertile seed to flourish, it needs a conducive ecosystem. And we, Gujarat, assure you of an absolute conducive ecosystem for your enterprises to flourish. Be it air, rail, road, water, or even internet, we are strongly and steadily connecting to the global corridors. Friends, we are the first state in India to have a fully functional statewide and natural gas water supply grid and 100% electrification. With a meager 6% of India's geographic area, we account for more than 40% of India's port cargo. And this is possible because of a strong network of ports which are dotted along our coastline. Apart from special economic zones and special investment regions, we have more than 7,500 hectares of well-developed industrial lands which are available in various industrial estates across the state. Indeed, we are all geared up for the next industrial revolution. We call ourselves a one-click government. We are just a click away from you. In fact, our 24/7 investor facilitation portal, which is based on the principle of minimum government and maximum governance, it is a benchmark for the global economy. It is a one-stop solution whereby over 200 approvals and licenses pertaining to 18 different departments are available at a single click. We assure you of a dedicated nodal officer from concept to commissioning and even beyond. Our GIS-based land bank system, it enables our investors to access in a single click the connectivity details, the topography, the availability of land parcels across the state. The government attaches a lot of importance to the micro, small, and medium enterprise. And I'm very glad to share with all of you that any new micro, small, or medium enterprise that is wanting to set up a unit in Gujarat, it can come and set up without obtaining certain approvals and permissions for a period of 3 years. 3 years, I repeat. Now that means a lot. So I trust and understand, I trust and hope that you understand the importance that we attach to the ease of doing business. Every industry, every sector, it comes with its own set of challenges and prerequisites. And we as a state of Gujarat are conscious about it. We are aware about it, and we have tried our best to cater to their specific requirement, enabling every sector to flourish, to thrive, to be on the high growth trajectory. And this has really enabled us to be a national leader when it comes to agro and food processing, ceramics, gems and jewelry, ports and maritime, automobile, chemicals and petrochemicals, pharmaceuticals, textiles, garments, and apparels. Friends, we are a policy-driven state. We have drafted over 20 sector and industry-specific policies to give the necessary inertia to your intent and investment. And the most recent being the renewable energy policy, which was recently launched by the government of Gujarat. The state government, with a view to promote industries, it has come up with the Atmanirbhar Gujarat scheme for assistance to industries. These schemes, they offer a bouquet of fiscal and non-fiscal incentives to investors, ranging from capital subsidy to interest subsidy, tax-related incentives to capital input tax credit reimbursement, employment-related benefits to electricity duty exemption, just to name a few. Friends, our leadership is progressive, forward-looking, and it constantly strives towards futuristic infrastructure development. Be it the Dholera Special Investment Region, which is India's largest greenfield investment region, spread over an area of 900 square kilometers, larger than the size of Singapore. Be it GIFT City, which is India's first and only international fintech city with world-class infrastructure to facilitate offshore and international transactions. Be it the Delhi-Mumbai Industrial Corridor or the dedicated freight corridor, be it the Dream City, which is an international diamond trading bourse spread across 2,000 acres of land, or be it the world's largest renewable hybrid energy park with a capacity of 30 gigawatt in Kutch. We have it all. I'm sure you would all agree with me that a state with all the money, machinery, resources, but no investment in its people, it is nothing but a car with a handbrakes pulled on. Ladies and gentlemen, Gujarat invests hugely in its human capital because we believe we are whatever people are. We propose a bouquet of offerings to our people, be it world-class education, state-of-art health facilities, state-of-art health facilities, one of its kind recreation experience, or even something simple like shopping. We have it all with us. Now, if there is some legacy that we can leave behind for our future generations, we believe that it has to be an unenviably cleaner and greener environment. And Gujarat has always been on the forefront when it comes to production of green energy or adoption of clean mobility or even development of ESG vision. In fact, our emission trading scheme, it has raised the bar high in pollution control for the world to follow suit. And just to let you know, we are all geared up to become the green hydrogen capital of the world. It's expected that over $100 billion are likely to fructify in the coming decade in the entire green hydrogen ecosystem in Gujarat. Now, having said all of this, let me just come back to the reason why we have all assembled here, for us to invite you all, to welcome you all to the Vibrant Gujarat Global Summit 2024. Now, Vibrant Gujarat Summit is one of the world's largest and most popular summit of investment and trade. The summit, it was conceptualized and it is the brainchild of our Honorable Prime Minister, Shri Narendra Modi ji. We all Indians, we believe in an ideology of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. It simply means that the entire world is one family, my family. And friends, Vibrant Gujarat Summit is one such get-together to know your family members better, to share, to connect, to develop ideas, to develop friendships of lifetime, to develop strategic alliances, and to deliberate upon the possibilities of future. The itinerary and the details of the summit, they have already been shared with all of you here. I would request all of you to go through that, and we are here to help you in any way that we can. Ladies and gentlemen, I once again welcome you to come and participate in the Vibrant Gujarat Global Summit, scheduled to take place between the 10th and 12th of January 2024. Thank you so much for your valuable time. Thank you for your patient listening, and I once again welcome you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir, for your highly insightful presentation. Today we have with us few industrialists as speakers to share their experiences and insights with regards to the Vibrant Gujarat Global Summit. We would like to invite them to talk about their existing and potential projects in Gujarat. Foremost, I would like to invite Shri Sharma, Vice President, IBM Cloud and Cognitive Software, to share his experiences. Welcome, sir.
Hi, good morning. Namaskara. Honorable Minister and all the dignitaries, it's a pleasure and it's a privilege to be here. I don't have many charts to present, but I'll be talking through the experience that I've had in the last 2 years. And it's very interesting that in August and September of 2021, IBM decided to open one of its innovation lab, the IBM Software Labs in Gandhinagar. And it was after a lot of deliberations, a lot of research, a lot of consultants that we actually narrowed down. And it took us about couple of months to decide on the city itself. From August 2021, the inauguration of the lab happened in September, 15 September 2022, where the Honorable CM inaugurated it. Now, let's just rewind back to the date. August 2021, COVID is there. None of us had ever visited Gandhinagar. And the first time that I had visited was in 2021, and I had not even heard the name of Gift City, right? From there to identifying the buildings, to making sure that the infrastructure was selected, to making sure people were hired, to making sure the lab was up and running and inaugurated by this chief minister along with senior vice presidents of IBM flowing in from New York and Armonk. It was a monumental task. So I would like to say that within 1 year, entire multiple floors, a state-of-the-art design center, product engineering, product offering management, ecosystem partners, the entire lab came up. Now the key drivers, what we thought and what I wrote down for this meeting, and I think it is very important for everybody to understand that, is what impressed us and what tilted the favors were a very, very robust infrastructure, which was there, right? The moment you get down from the airport to the time that you enter the Gift City, it's a different city altogether, right? People who have experienced it in the last 1-2 years would really understand what it means. The availability of skills and talent. And that's something which surprised us as well. We, as a lab, do not open very frequently. To be very honest, the last lab we would have opened about a couple of decades ago. Bangalore is one of them, Pune is one of them, and other places are there. So it takes a lot of time for developing product engineering. The average experience levels are very, very high. You really need niche skills in the areas that IBM operates in, whether it's hybrid cloud, artificial intelligence, machine learning, cybersecurity, sustainability. I'm sure everybody knows that IBM is like air, right? You don't feel it till it is not there. So we really needed to have the right level of skills and talent available for us. Along with that, we've hired a lot of designers because now products comes with design and other things and offering management. And in fact, there's a team also which we have set up which works with a lot of ecosystem partners, whether it's system integrators or some of our peers who are entering after looking at our success in Gujarat. The third one was, which was very, very interesting and refreshing for us, was a vibrant ecosystem of academia which was there. We work very closely. Within 1 year, we have started working very closely with IIT Gandhinagar. In fact, we signed a letter of intent with Professor Rajat Moona, who's the director for IIT Gandhinagar, just last month. We work very closely with National Institute of Design, with Nirma University, with Ganpat University, and other things. Now, when that ecosystem comes in, that's where lab and innovation thrives. IBM being in business for more than a century, 112 years old company, existing in tech, which is a rarity. We have not only the insights, we do not have not only the skills, but we have the wisdom to understand that we will have to work together to make sure that the industry moves forward. And that ecosystem, along with Gift City and other things, is working very beautifully for us. The third thing is existing and growing presence of IT companies near us. And we are proud to say that we were the pioneers. We were one of the first few ones to come in. But now many of our competitors, our peers, and our partners are coming there. And it is all extremely healthy in terms of not only competition, but giving job employability and employment opportunities to the people in the west of the country. So I don't say only Gujarat, I say west part of the country itself, right? And Gift City, with its future-ready, sustainable energy, was a no-brainer for us. When we do select infrastructure, so there's a lot of things that we have to consider from an IBM perspective and from a global MNC perspective. Whether it's accessibility, whether it's safety of employees, whether it's security, whether it's sustainable infrastructure and other things. And on all of these things, it was a no-brainer to go into Gift City and establish our labs. Last but not definitely the least was the amount of proactive work and the coordination that goes in Gujarat government, whether it is with Gujarat government, the secretaries, the IT secretary, Mr. Vijay Nehra, who was there earlier, whether it is with Gift City, whether it is with IITs, whether with NID, you would see that all of them work extremely well together to make sure that life becomes extremely easy for whoever is coming in. And I have faced it myself that the then Chief Minister, when we had announced the setting up of the lab, Shri Rupani sir, had actually, his office had called Gift City and made sure that everything was there. During COVID times when we were not able to visit, it was the government and the Gift City together who used to monitor and watch over our infrastructure to see that everything is coming up in time. And that, coupled with the IT and ITS policy, I would really urge all of you to have a good look at that, because that reduces a lot of our capital and operational expenditure as well. So these were the key drivers. What I hope it will do, and what IBM hopes is it will not only catalyze the state's digital ambitions, but also create new job opportunities in the adjacent areas, right? Whether it's not only IT field, but it starts impacting every field. I'm a firm believer that real innovation happens when one domain knowledge gets embedded with another domain knowledge, and I call it as combinatorial innovation. With Industry 4.0 coming up in Gujarat, it is already the #1 industrial state. That combined with cybersecurity, AI, ML, I think it can catapult not only the state of Gujarat, but the country itself to the next level of innovation and growth. Ecosystem impact, we would love to see more and more joint research papers, joint proposals, working with the academia, with our newer partners who are coming in. And it is a milestone for us in terms of development lab. We recently celebrated the first anniversary, where again, 2 senior vice presidents actually visited from our Mong, and we are all extremely, extremely happy with the way, and I'm not talking about very small numbers, we can't state numbers, but these are huge numbers of people who are working there. We're extremely proud to see the lab thriving, and within 1 year, contributing to IBM's success and also to Gujarat's success. I'll be happy to talk to you offline also as to our experiences. This is the experience that I've had in the last 2 years. It has been, and we will continue to look at more growth opportunities there. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for sharing your talk with us. Now, please help me welcome Shri Viraj Mehta, Director, Global Capability Center at the Kraft Heinz Company, to talk about his experiences.
Okay. First of all, I would like to thank honorable ministers, dignitaries, and the government of Gujarat for giving me this opportunity, and welcome you all to the session. While I have a presentation, I'll very quickly browse through the thought process that we had when we started this journey, right? We, just like IBM, we had a huge number of studies that we did, and different consulting groups that we consulted, and how we arrived at the decision. So I just wanted to take you through the thought process and the whole flow of entire process, and then have a heart-to-heart connect on how the journey has been, right? Okay. So we started with first, which country should we move into, right? So this is something that I'll move very fast. Obviously, India today is kind of the #1 country to invest as far as your GCCs or global capabilities are concerned, right? So this is how we identified India to be our first captive center location, right? Okay, so some of the facts which we already know, so I'll skip through them. Now there was another study that we did on the policies, different policies that we have within India. So it's a very heartening to see the competition between the states to attract investments. That kind of further helps you in your decision making, right? So a very quick snapshot on the IT-ITS summary. So sir just mentioned that you should look at it. I'll give you a brief snapshot here itself, right? So this is the study that that was done, and we kind of consulted the group to have it done, right? So this will give you an idea about some of the benefits that the state provides. Moving on, we then did a detailed study on is Ahmedabad the right location, or what's the right location, and then we finalized Ahmedabad out of it. But so Ahmedabad is a growing tier 2 location, right? Ideal for a GBS or a global capability center setup today, right? The talent is untapped, if you ask me, and that's what I'll share in a brief while. But there are a lot of key drivers that makes it very attractive destination, which you can just quickly browse through, right? For us, the major driver that we saw was a lot of folks who were till now, Gujarat being an industrial leader, till now the opportunities are huge in the industrial sector, but now as the ITS sector is also emerging, we are seeing huge talent moving towards that sector, and that is something that, that helps us to grow very fast than what we had planned for. So as you see, some of the news articles that also helped influence our decision, IBM being in the center of it, right? So, so this is something that, that also helped, right? Then this is the location metrics. Now, if you see in terms of sweet spot today, so if you are growing, if you are building something from scratch, which are the cities which are kind of in sweet spot and you know, in a perfect position to grow for the next 10 years, right? So obviously we have market leaders today, Bengaluru, Hyderabad, Pune, Noida, where these industries are, ITS sectors is pretty mature stage. But then there are cities which are in sweet spot where you can further, which you can invest now so that you can get the best of both worlds. Right, and then the last study that we did, all different urban living parameters, because after COVID, an average employee, their expectations have changed, their priorities have changed. People want to stay closer to their family. They want to look at cost of living. They want to look at standard of living, pollution, everything, right? So what are these urban living indicators that are very important, right? So this is something that we also looked at because we want to not only hire and attract best talent, we want to retain them as well. And if we are in a location where talent is happy, their families are happy, then it helps us to build a very long, sustainable center. Other thing, very interesting data points, that 70% of US MNCs will have their capability center, already have their capability center in India. And out of this, if you see, majority of the growth now is moving to tier 2, especially after COVID, right? So this shift in thought process, this shift in the industry is an ideal time to move to a tier 2 city or a city like Ahmedabad, which is, I personally don't like tier 2 because once you visit there, it is a tier 1 city. It is like any other tier 1 city, but with wider roads and better infrastructure. So that is something that has been my personal experience, right? The city of work matters. For the talent of the future, this is very important, right? Because if you see today, hybrid work, work from home, all these are hot topics in the industry today, right? But if you are living in a city where you can reach your office in 15 minutes, then you'd rather work from office than from home, right? So there are a lot of these indicators that, that help us to make this decision. Some more data points. Okay, so this is again, if you see, Pune, Ahmedabad kind of was at the top of the study that we did, right? And this is some of the key success criteria that we had defined, right, while making the decision. So I think that's all that I wanted to share from the thought process standpoint, right? Now, coming to the very honest discussion or experience sharing, right? So, Kraftein's is, I mean, just a brief introduction about Kraftein's. We are world's 5th largest food FMCG company and 3rd largest in US, right? So in US, after Pepsi and Coke, Kraftein's is third. So technically it's the #1 food company if you remove the beverages part, right? And 99% of US households use one or more Kraftein's products, right? So, and overall, globally, we have 37,000 plus employees. Our products are present across 160 plus countries. Right. So when we are trying to make, trying to shortlist which city, there was one thing that also came up that that Gujarat doesn't have alcohol, so young talent will not prefer moving there, right? So I'm very happy to share that today, in the team that we're already operating, we have employees from 15 states, right? So the diversity that we have on floor, like even though we have like 65% local talent, but from the rest of the talent, we have people moving from across states into Gujarat, very happy. They are kind of settled and they want to settle down there, right? So it is something which is very heartening to see, right? So a lot of time we crack this joke that it's okay. I mean, you don't need alcohol to kind of build careers, right? So, and there are legal ways to have it as well. So no worries there, okay? We started our center with a goal of 50% diversity, right? And very happy to share that as of today, we have 40% women employees in our team. And it's not only at the, entry level, right? 35% of our people managers are also women employees. So it is at across levels, leadership levels, from the top, we want to make sure that diversity is represented in all our decision making. Right? In terms of improvement, so if you see some of the criteria that were there, in last 18 months, we started this journey as a trial. That, okay, we have done this study, we still had some doubts that whether this will work or not, right? So in May 2022, we started with a 40-member trial that let's open a center for 40 people, run 1 or 2 scopes from here for 2 years, and see whether this is the right decision, right? So, because we already have huge footprint through our partners in India, right? So, for our captive center, whether this is the right location, whether this is the right strategy, right? Our experience has been so good, right? That recently, last month, we inaugurated our big office, and we signed MOU with the government that in next 3 years, we will be employing 1,800 plus employees in this center, right? Which is huge, and already we are, I mean, I can't share numbers, but already we already we are growing at a very, very fast pace today, and the idea was to start with 40 employees, 2 scopes. We're already live in 18 plus different scopes. When I say scopes, it is supply chain, it is finance, it is IT, it is analytics, it is AI/ML, right? So all these scopes we have gone live or in process of going live, right? So company, after looking at the overall quality of employees, quality of ownership that employees bring to the table, Kraftein's leadership is so bullish on this center that it is growing at a very fast pace, and we are today in a situation where we have to tell the leadership that please give us time to breathe and come back after a year. Let us first fulfill all the demands that are there for the next 1 year, right? So we are in that situation, which is a good problem to have, and I think to call out the support that the government has given, right? So in February 23, we met the government that, okay, we did the trials and we now want to take a decision that we want to expand. And the support that we have received from the team has been incredible, right? Even my leadership from US and Europe, they were also surprised that the kind of access we had to the minister sir, to the chairman of GIL was so simple and so open that they really appreciated this kind of ways of working, and it also puts a seal of stamp that yes, we jointly want to grow together and take this whole journey ahead, right? So I think one more thing which I wanted to cover, attrition. Attrition is also one of the major challenge that that we face as an industry, right? So in last 18 months since we've started, our pro rata attrition, because obviously we have been growing, our pro rata attrition has been less than 5%, right? Which is kind of, for this industry, it is something which is really good, because I've been in this industry for a long time, and 15 to 20% is a normal attrition that we usually have. So tier 2 cities bring that one more benefit to the table, which we should look into, because it helps to maintain business continuity and reduce a lot of operating cost as well, right? So I think one more thing which I wanted to share, but I think I gave it at the last moment, so maybe not possible, but we took the decision in February, March, and in September, we inaugurated the office. So if you could visit my LinkedIn page, I just posted the video yesterday. Look at the office infrastructure that the team created in just 6 months, right? So the kind of office, and our GCC consultants say that we have not seen an office like this, so I'm sure you'll be able to correlate to that. But the kind of infrastructure that exists, the kind of support system that exists is unparalleled. I belong to Gujarat, but I have been out of Gujarat for 15 years after I moved to IITs for my study. So it was, for me also, it was a very pleasant experience to come back and see this and then take this decision. And then we are very happy and look forward to having even bigger association with the state and with the industry. So thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for sharing your pleasant experiences with us. Thank you, both the gentlemen, once again for sharing your favorable experiences. And we wish to have your continuous involvement and collaboration for your future projects in Gujarat as well. In order to share the presentation on business opportunities in Gujarat in another segment, please help me welcome Shri Khare, IS, Mission Director, GSEM. Over to you, sir.
Shri Balvantsinh Rajput ji, Hon'ble Minister of Industry for Government of Gujarat, Dr. Rahul Gupta sir, MD GIDC, Tushar Bhatt ji, MD GIL, Lars Kamath ji from FICCI, ladies and gentlemen, very good morning to all. I welcome you all to this roadshow where we are presenting the development and the initiative which is being taken by Gujarat government for different sectors in the industry. And I am here to talk about the two most emerging future demanding sectors, which is semiconductor electronics and biotechnology. I just want you to comprehend few numbers which we have came up or not came up, which is the facts which we have found out with after consultation with different semiconductor companies. Like a fab, for a fab the requirements 60 megawatt of power, multi-level redundancy, high quality with fluctuation less than plus minus 1%. Also to keep future ESG goal in the mind, 15 million liter of water per day, and the fab giving 20 million liter effluent every day. Then ecosystem of different companies within a radius of 5 kilometers, ranging from electronics, from chemicals, from gases. Faster execution of projects, keeping the view, different licenses, permissions, doing the construction, a large talent pool. These are the basic minimum requirements for setting up a fab. And as I can assume that many of the industry leaders are from this sector, they must be knowing it. So to set up this kind of unit, these are the things which you require in your immediate vicinities. And when you visualize a fab, nothing down the 4-5 years, you want this immediately. So to have a journey in semiconductor and electronics, we need to have these factors ready with us. And we are proud to say that in Gujarat, we are already on the ground. Not on the paper, we have already executed these projects. And we are also proud to say that Gujarat is going to be the gateway to semiconductor, gateway to silicon for India. I want to take you through that robust infrastructure which we have set up for electronics and semiconductor industry. So for example, in Dholera Special Investment Region, we have a power infrastructure which can give you, a single substation can give you 1000 megawatt of power on 400 kV lines. It can supply you 500 megawatt power on 220 kV lines. One of the most cheapest rate, 5.8 rupees per unit. And when you put the government subsidies, your effective power tariff come around 3.8 rupees per unit, which is even lower than what you are getting in the highly developed countries like US, South Korea, or Taiwan. We have compared it with the Taiwan rates and they are much cheaper. It's almost 8 cents per unit. Then a common effluent treatment plant. When a fab is releasing 12 million liter water per day, how are you going to treat it? You need to have a dedicated common effluent treatment park. In Dholera, we already have a 20 MLD CETP ready. It's going to be commissioned by end of this month. Water supply, where you require 15 million liter a day for a fab without any interruption. In Dholera, we have already set up 100 million liter per day water supply. STP facilities, then recycled water facilities, the infrastructure. This infrastructure is already on the ground, already executed. So the moment a fab want to establish, next day onward, they can start their construction. They don't need to wait for 3 years to power lines to come to the place and a substation getting erected there. This infrastructure is already on the place there. Gift City. So as Bangalore is the hub for the most of the design companies which are working with the semiconductor fabs and bringing innovative design to the system, Gift City is the perfect place to replicate the same model with better infrastructure, walk-to-work culture, better environment, better ease of living, affordable housing there, available there. That makes a competent case to set up a design ecosystem next to the fab ecosystem, which makes a complete chain. So starting from the design to foundry, to fabrication, to final electronic product. So in Gujarat, we are providing from designing to the final device. Hand-holding support of the government is most essential for setting up fab anywhere in the world. Whether it's a country like United States, it's a country like Taiwan, South Korea, Japan, even India, we need to have that hand-holding support of the government. And in Gujarat, Gujarat State Electronic Mission has been set up for this only purpose. Our objective is to give that hand-holding support to all electronics and semiconductor companies, getting all the permissions, licenses, site selections, site studies, giving them all, answering all their queries, their questions, and resolving them. With that support, it is our team, GSEM, which do all the running, getting all the work done for the industry. So they don't feel any kind of alienation that they are moving from one country to other country, they are coming to one state to other state, and they don't know where to go, how to do it. So that is the job of GSEM, to give that kind of hand-holding support. And one of the greatest example which we have achieved is our Micron project. The Micron, as this project, as you all are aware, it was announced by our Honorable Prime Minister in United States in June 2023, this year. Within a span of 6 days, we were able to execute the MOU with Micron team. We were able to give the project approval within 6 days of Government of India announcing the project. And the same day, we were able to give them the land allotment letter. This is the fastest they could go anywhere in the world. Then in the ensuring period of next 1.5 months, we worked, we ran around, we gave all the permissions like consent to establish from Pollution Control Board, fire NOCs, building plan approvals, labor approvals, water and power connections. So this is the thing which I am talking about. The power requirement is so high that even to do the planning for that, it requires years to at various places. But here, within 1.5 months, we were able to give the power connection to them. And on last month in September, within a span of 3 months from announcement of project, we were able to do the groundbreaking of the project. This is the fastest execution of the project anywhere happened, even from the Micron hefty standards. And we are committed that their completion of the project will be by end of next year, and we are sure that we will be able to provide all kind of support to them to execute that project. As I mentioned, the talent pool is one of the key aspects for this particular industry, whether it's electronics or semiconductor or biotechnology. And Gujarat is blessed with some of the highest premier institutes across in the country. Like IIT Gandhinagar is the leading in engineering and research. IIM Ahmedabad is known to almost everyone. It's a dream to go there. And SVNIT Surat, one of the oldest engineering college in the state. IIT Vadodara, Surat, IICT Gandhinagar. These colleges and institutes are generating a large amount of talent pool, which is of global standard. Micron has itself started hiring these people. They have started visiting campuses, and the first batch they have already hired from the Gujarat colleges. But at the same time, we understand that there is a large number of talent required at the shop floor level. These people are not engineers. These are the diploma holders. These are the 12th pass outs, who are needed to be trained in right skills. They are needed to be given the right set of skills so that they can work in this particular high-tech industry. Working in a semiconductor and electronic industry is much different than working in a traditional industry. So with close to 600 ITIs, Gujarat is training 1.5 lakh professionals, trained ITI professionals. They are working across different sectors, from automobiles to heavy engineering to chemicals to petrochemicals, and now we have taken upon ourselves to train them in semiconductor and electronics industry also. And as all of you know, that once Government of India announced their semiconductor policy, Gujarat was the first state, and is still the state which is having a dedicated semiconductor policy, which is linked with Government of India. And along with Government of India policy, we provide one of the best capital support to this industry. 40% of Government of India's capital incentive is being provided by Gujarat government. So totally it combined become 70% of the capital subsidy. Water, high quality water at one of the cheapest rate. Power tariff subsidy of 2 rupees per unit. So it is somehow, in a way covering both your capital investment and also your operational investment. But as we understand that semiconductor industry requires a thriving electronic sector along with it. So Gujarat government came up with a very attractive electronic policy which comprises both fiscal and non-fiscal incentives. And with this policy, we are sure that Gujarat is going to become one of the most cost-effective place to do your production for electronics. In terms of capital assistance, logistics subsidy, as we understand that a lot of equipments are going to come from countries like Europe, countries in Europe or in East Asia, they require some kind of logistic support. So we consciously took a decision that we need to provide some kind of logistic support to these industries also. Apart from that, interest subventions or interest subsidy and subsidy on power has also been incorporated in our electronic policy. And this has been one of the most interesting part to understand the ecosystem which is already present in Gujarat. There has been some misnomers across various companies that Gujarat has more traditional industry, whether it's a textile, petrochemical, chemical, but nothing in electronics. But when we did this deep study with all the companies present in Gujarat, we are able to find that there is a thriving electronic sector already present in Gujarat. It was surprising for a CMD of Bell to know that there are 200 approved suppliers of Bell which are present and doing production in Gujarat. So if we see that in semiconductor ecosystem, Micron is already there. We are having an advanced talk with some of the big names in semiconductor industries like AMAT, Lam Research, Air Liquide, Inox. And existing ecosystem in designs, we have eInfo Chips, which is doing a great work. In chemical and gases, there is a no-brainer. Everybody knows that these companies, producing all kind of chemicals. You name the chemicals, whether it's a semiconductor or electronics, you will find it in Gujarat. Although we require to upgrade it to qualify for semiconductor industry, but they are ready to do that. We are one of the largest PCB assembly state. Although it has been considered that states like Karnataka, Tamil Nadu has been the powerhouse for electronics, but Gujarat is producing one of the largest amount of PCBs. We are supplying all the PCBs to automotive components, automotive electronics, consumer electronics, and these are in mediums and small sectors. Then cables, chargers, machine part castings, aluminum foundries. One of the key component for any automotive industry is the aluminum foundries. And we have a large sector already present in Gujarat. Rajput is known for all kind of machining tools available there. So the whole ecosystem requiring for electronics or semiconductor industry to thrive is already present in Gujarat. Apart from that, whole systems which are required in this ecosystem is present there. So now it's upon you to pick the right partners and start your production in Gujarat for electronics and semiconductors. At the same time, I want to highlight the another sector which is equally complex, equally demanding, that is biotechnology sector. Over the time, Gujarat has done excellently well in pharma sectors, and now these pharma companies has taken upon themselves to move toward biotech sector. So it's not only about pharma biotechs, but they have moved toward food biotechs, they have moved toward agri-biotech, fertilizers, and they have set up a whole ecosystems in Gujarat in biotechnology. And we are proud to say that one of the largest fermenter in Asia is being in Gujarat. That has been set up by Concord Biotech in Kheda district of Gujarat. So over the last 3 decades, the number of biotech companies growing and running successful businesses in Gujarat has been increasing. We have more than 250 companies at present in Gujarat who are doing in biotech sector. They are spread across agri-biotechs, pharma, industrial biotech, environmental biotechs, and pharma biotechs is generating an excellently large amount of revenues. Zydus, Sun Pharma, Concord Biotech, Sundiota, all these companies has done exceedingly well there. And keeping this in mind, government of Gujarat has came up with Gujarat Biotech Policy, which I can say is one of the best, because it covers both your capital and your operational cost. It provides you incentives on your capital investment and your operational expenses. Apart from that, interest subsidies and employee support, like 100% reimbursement of EPF. These kind of employment supports are also being provided under this particular policy. And we have some very well cases which has been supported by government also, which has these companies has taken benefits of these government schemes, like as I mentioned, Concord Biotech, Ampligene, Zytex Biotech. So all these are our feather in our cap, that with the help of government support, with the help of conducive policies, conducive business environment, these companies has been able to grow and become a leader in biotech sector. So with this, I want to conclude my presentation, and we will be more than happy to take queries at GSEM and Gujarat State Biotech Mission for your future investment, for your future planning, for your future business opportunities. Look up in Gujarat. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for sharing your favorable conditions of working in Gujarat with us. Moving further, we have with us Dr. Vinod Kumar, Director, Promotion Directorate in Space, to share with us the presentation on Indian space sector reforms and formation of InSpace. Please welcome Dr. Vinod Kumar.
Shri Balvantsinh Rajput ji, Honorable Minister of Industries, dear colleagues and friends from industry and investors. Very good morning to you all. Namaste. Today, I am very happy to present in front of you the formation of Indian National Space Promotion and Authorization Center and the space sector reforms. As you all are aware, but before that I start, shall I know how many of you know what is in space? Yeah, only very few, so I am at a right place to explain it and what is the need. And I was seeing the presentation of Rahulji as well as Videshji. Space companies are not mentioned, but there are a couple of space companies, private company, which has taken the activities in the state of Gujarat. Maybe next time, probably, I request you to include that as well. So, journey of Indian space program was started, as you are aware, in 1962, with formation of Indian National Committee for Space Research under the visionary leadership of Dr. Vikram Sarabhai. Then there are the various steps where how we started the experiments in the launching of the satellites, and first indigenous sounding rocket Ronnie 75 was launched in 1967, and there is a no stopping of Indian space sector since then. And 1969, the major milestone was the formation of Indian Space Research Organization. And there have been many successes, with the first launch in 1975 by the name of Aryabhata, and we celebrated the Satellite Day since then. And there are multiple successes, including the launch of Chandrayaan 3 and landing on the moon. Not only landing, but there is a hopping also, that is preparation to come back from the moon also. The important thing being is, the important thing is this: after having achieved the capability in all sectors of space, we call it, whether launching of the satellite, making of the satellite, downstream applications, the tremendous scope is there, which capabilities India has developed over the years. Now it's the time to commercialize those for the benefit of the common man. So as Prime Minister says that last mile connectivity, you take the benefit of space technology to the common people and involve them in the end-to-end activities. Keeping this point in mind, the Honorable Prime Minister has formed the Indian National Space Promotion and Authorization Center. In 2020, it was formed in June 2020, 24 June 2020 it was formed, and our head office was inaugurated at Ahmedabad. So we have a headquarters at Ahmedabad. I will touch upon those details further. Then we have released the comprehensive Indian space policy this year, 6th April 2023. And post that we had a moon landing. We are going to observe the sun. Foreign direct investment policy, you see, is going to come, and it will be very attractive for all investors. Wait, at any time it can be announced. Then we are already working for space activities, that is ACT. So this is the humble beginning. As I was telling that we began with the transporting rockets on the bi-scale, but today we have the Mako rocket launcher LBM-3, which has taken us to moon, as well as it can, up to 6,000 kg, it can launch to the low Earth orbit. Another important, this was our Aryabhata satellite, which was launched, just 40 watt of power was generating, and now it has 14 kilowatt. See the 1,000, that's the kind of improvement over the time and state-of-art technology. And this satellite, which is at GSAT-11 right side, is providing the internet services to the remote areas. So one very small terminal can go in your car and you can place in your village, then surrounding up to 500 meters, all people can start attaching the internet. That's the kind of impact it has. This is another thing that we are known for testing. When we don't have money, we work out and such a techniques that we can test. I was told by the veterans there that they asked us that time 1 crore or plus 2 crore, but we worked out such a way that 156 rupees we gave to that person and we could test this technology, and it worked well in the space also. That's the beauty. And now we have the state-of-art facilities all over places in India. Now, coming to the space sector reform, for commercialization of space activities, Government of India, under the visionary leadership of Prime Minister Modi ji, he has established one new Space India Limited commercial wing to commercialize the space product developed by ISRO, it's a PSU, in 2019. Same year, a Defense Space Agency was also formed, and you might be knowing the mission Shakti, ASAT mission was there, where India has the capability to attack the satellite or kill the satellite, destroy satellite in orbit. You can know the speed of the satellite, this is around 7 kilometers per second. You can just imagine, and how precise it is to target a 1 meter body, even less than 1 meter body. This is the kind of capability we have. Now, we were operationalized in 2022, and these things I have already covered. So this space policy, what it contains, earlier we have one remote sensing policy as well as we had a SATCOM policy. But this policy is a overarching, integrated version, and which comprehensively addresses satellite communication, remote sensing, technology transfer, space transportation, exploration, and it divides. Major thing is that there is no restriction on non-government entities, means private sector. They can take up any activity in space sector under the sun. For that purpose, our Indian National Space Promotion and Authorization Center is formed. Be it the Earth observation data acquisition using the facilities. The facilities developed by ISRO can be used by non-government entities, and they can work there. They can even establish the facilities inside the premises of Department of Space. So these are the certain things which has been enabled by this government. Then we have in this policy, the role of each stakeholder is defined, like ISRO, what it will do R&D, technology development, New Space India Limited for commercialization, in space to authorize, regulate, to permit the authorization of lab, setting the centers, international outreach, industry outreach, developing the space force frontier, developing the courses for next generation. NG, as I have told, they can build their rockets, satellites, absorb transfer of technology, and many other things. Now, just to touch upon that, before these reforms, before 2020, that you know the Space Department of Space Secretary is the chairman of Space Commission, he is the chairman of ISRO. So all three roles were under his command. Well, as a chairman of Space Commission, he will form the policies. As a ISRO chairman, he will implement those or execute those, and a department secretary, he will regulate them also. But these are the things that in space, the rightmost wing, this is here, they have various units in ISRO having expertise. Tremendous capacity is built up over the year, as I have told. Then there are the central public sector enterprises and autonomous bodies where we have a institute, India Institute of Space Technology, IIST Trivandrum, where it imparts the knowledge on space techniques and space courses. Then comes our in space, I will touch upon this. So this formation of in space which happened in 2020, our chairman is Dr. Pawan Goenka. He is advised by the InSpace board, which has the members for the first time from private companies, from academia, from government, and we have 3 directorates. One is promotion directorate headed by me, and my office is at Bengaluru, ISRO headquarters. Then we have program management and authorization center and technical directorate. They sit at Ahmedabad because our head office is at Ahmedabad. We have one IA, Joint Secretary level officer, who heads our legal, finance and administration wing. So these are the kind of things. Yes, of course, we are under ambit of Department of Space, but as a autonomous body. Now we have the these are 4 cornerstone of space reform, which we have been given like a 4 wheels. We have to promote the private industry in space sector. We have to enable them. We have to authorize. We don't call ourselves regulator, but we authorized. authorize them, because we act as a single window agency also on the models of the Gujarat government, that they are also acting as a single window agency, and we supervise them. Under each space, each of these vertical, like formation of vision and strategy. For the first time after formation, we have released the vision document, decadal vision document for Indian space sector. So these are the certain things which has been taken up with the vision and mission to achieve the $44 billion market in the next decade, which is just around 2% of global. We want to go to 8 to 10%, and which is possible. For this, all the steps has been taken up. This is the kind of thing after we form, you see 350 plus application we have got in each vertical, whether it is a launch vehicle, satellite making, each vertical means private ecosystem all over India is developing, and we will come back to with the details from Gujarat. A lot of things are there where Gujarat also many companies have started, private companies, and they have started launching their satellite, they started making launch vehicle as well. So just continuing because of this, so these are the some roles very good. This is the as a enabler, we have established a design lab at Ahmedabad. It is situated where people can go and there carry out their designs. Technical center, manufacturing hub, I will touch upon this. Gujarat is the first state who has come out with a clear policy guideline, and we have signed an MOU with the government of Gujarat to establish the manufacturing part there. Ease of doing business, we have been working on this, and we have implemented certain things in this area. So without repeating the things, FDI policy I know is on L-will, and it will have various verticals like launch vehicle, X percentage is autonomous route, Y percentage only will be through administrative. Presently 100% is through administrative rule. Like satellite building, again XY percentage there, and some of the verticals which I mentioned here will be 100%. So these are the some ease of doing business and getting FDI and technology into the space sector. So it's very important now coming to the Gujarat Space System Manufacturing Hub, which government, we have signed an MOU with government of Gujarat to develop Gujarat Space Manufacturing Hub. It's the first state which has provided 200 acres of area as Sanand near Ahmedabad. This was signed recently. Then we are developing their technical center so that the private companies can go test their projects, because you need to put a lot of money to develop those facilities and lab there. So we are developing them there. Already design center is already developed, and some of the non-government entities are doing their design there. Then continuing with this, all the companies are welcome to set up, and we are there at a single window agency to facilitate that, all necessary permission. And for this, we have already developed our website. Again, you have to say click of the button, you are there with us, and all permissions, everything will be online. The system is already we have established. And we are pleased to tell that as a part of Vibrant Gujarat, we have already decided we are conducting an international space conference where aspiration of 1.4 billion people with the theme title that we will have 3 tracks separately. The details we are working out, and we will please visit us there. We are establishing exhibition also on Chandrayaan lander and various things. So these are some kind of registered startup, how they are making internationally at the top left corner. And we are really fast in this. The number of startups are growing exponentially all over India, and particularly in the state of Gujarat. And even FDI in space sector has started gaining momentum. And most of the companies are getting the startup. One of the companies, around $100 billion they have got, say, Skyroot. And total 200 plus $220 million plus FDI has come. And you see that in 2016, you see 2014 we have 1 startup, 2016 we have 7, and now there are 219 startups are registered as a space startup. This is the kind of things happens, and it depends upon the leadership, how they visualize and drive the system. These are the real numbers with that, and this is the aspiration, as I have told, that we plan in the next decade to take it from $8.4 billion to $44 billion as a CAGR of 16%. And very important thing, I'll tell my personal experience also while discussing with the Prime Minister. I was explaining that we are planning a can-size student competition at Dholera. While discussing then when Prime Minister is going, Honorable Chief Minister approached me and told me, Dr. Vinod, you go ahead with your thing, let me know if any problem is there. That's the kind of leadership country has. I was feeling so happy, and after that we conducted the test, trial test we did there. There were very good cooperation from the state government, is a commendable thing. So I'll tell you that from the Gujarat, six college teams are participating in that, and this is the overall, all over India 40 teams are there which has qualified, and we are conducting that test in Dholera maybe January or February, depending upon the success of this. So these are the certain statistics I am giving, and thank you for your time and opportunity given to me. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for your wonderful presentation. Now, in order to talk about what other favorable business opportunities lies in Gujarat, we have Mr. Sandeep Shah, General Manager and HOD, IFSC and Strategy, Gift City. Please help me welcome Mr. Sandeep Shah.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. I think we are all eager to hear Honorable Minister from now, so I'll keep it very brief, and I'm sure many of the previous speakers spoke about Gift City. So let me touch upon some of the key aspects where Bangalore institutions or the entities operating here, they should actually know it because it's directly related to their businesses from where they are operating. I'll cover this in two parts quickly. So first part is more from the perspective of what is Gift City. I think it's very important to know that it's a greenfield smart city project, and generally we have not seen in India that greenfield city is created, and I think that's the government of Gujarat's initiative to develop a smart city along with the financial and IT services. The key aspect of the city is it's integrated city. So what we are trying to create, focusing not only on the commercial aspect, but also on the residential and social aspect. And that's how the entire city is coming up closer to the Ahmedabad International and Domestic Airport. It's only 20 minutes drive from the airport and much closer to the Gandhinagar, which is the state capital. If you look at the master plan, I think as mentioned, it covers basically three critical aspects: commercial, residential, and social, all three. We are ensuring that the people working here should stay here, and that's how the idea is to provide walk-to-work concept. And that's where the entire infra is coming up in the city. And many of these institutions have already started operating from the zone today. Today, as we speak, close to more than 26 million square feet of development has already been allocated. So I think the large amount of developments in terms of the commercial and residential space is coming up. 27 buildings are under construction today, and those are going to be ready in next 3 to 4 years. And that's where you will see the growth of the city in terms of the companies coming up and operating in the city. Let me now focus on the, the core aspect of the city, which is the International Financial Services Center. And I think that's the uniqueness of the city. Government of India has recognized Gift City, the Special Economic Zone, as the International Financial Services Center. This is the only location today in the country which has been given this status. I mean, what does it mean? So when you set up an entity in the international zone, you will be recognized as non-resident entity, which means you are actually a kind of a deemed foreign entity under the Foreign Exchange Management Regulations for setting up your businesses there. And that's where you actually get freedom in terms of dealing in any foreign currency. So that's the beauty of the International Financial Center. And why this is important for all of you today, because when we talk about unicorns in India and when we talk about the startups in India, you will be surprised to know that more than 50% of the startups or the unicorns, basically, mainly unicorns, their holding company is overseas. So many a times startups actually set up their holding company overseas to access the foreign capital, the foreign investors, and the idea is to do the business in India. So the promoter is Indian, the entrepreneur is Indian, the business is in India. However, for some reasons, the holding company is getting structured overseas, and that's where we are going to, India's first international financial center is going to be very important for some of these companies. And idea is to make it gateway basically for India and overseas. So if you're looking to raise money from international markets, this is the gateway. And any Indian company, which is whether it's a fintech company or a startup or a financial entity, looking to provide services overseas, Gift City provides the platform and right kind of regulatory environment to operate. The uniqueness, again, the second uniqueness, that generally in India, for banking, insurance, and the capital markets, we have 3 different regulators which regulates and provide licenses to do the business. What Government of India has done in Gift City, there is a unified regulator known as IFSC authority, which regulates all the financial services activities. So whether it is banking, insurance, capital markets, fintech, bullion, all under one umbrella, one regulator will provide the license for you to operate. And the interesting part on the slide is basically, if you look at the emerging activities, I think we have gone beyond the traditional financial activities. Generally, in a financial services, we have talked on banking, insurance, and the capital markets. But I think what we have enabled under the regulation is the aircraft leasing business, which we have never talked about in India. We are talking about ship leasing as one of the activities. We have a very vibrant fintech framework, and I'll quickly touch upon how fintech companies can actually access global markets sitting in Gift City, and the right kind of regulation and tax regime is available today for them. We also have a dedicated global in-house center framework, and I think that's very interesting for financial GICs, and I'm sure many of them are also present today in Bangalore. Many a times your foreign regulators want you to be under the regulated environment, and that's where the GIC framework available in Gift City is going to play a very important role for you to provide services to the global clients. So I think the nature of activities are quite broad. So if you are into any of these business activities in terms of providing international financial services in any of these businesses, Gift has the right kind of regulations for you to come and operate and provide services to the international clients. If you look at the current ecosystem, I think what we are talking today, and we have heard from Gaurav, thanks for the kind words on Gift City and your experience. And let me confirm and clarify that we had not informed and we had not told him to speak on our behalf. It was his real experience that they have been enjoying. But the good part is 5 banks are already present, and these banks are like offshore branches, which means a foreign currency loan or a trade finance or ECB, which is a foreign currency loan to the Indian corporates, these banks provide from Gift City today. There are 2 international stock exchanges, and why it is important for you to know that Government of India, I'm sure the 2 weeks back, it was announced that the direct listing of the Indian companies will be permitted on the overseas stock exchange. And it's going to start from the IFSC stock exchange at Gift City. So your fintech startup or your entity based in Bangalore, if you're looking to raise foreign capital equity, this is the platform where you will be able to now list your equities on the Gift Exchange platform. And that's going to be a game changer, because till today, Indian companies are not allowed to raise foreign equities directly. You can only do through depository receipts overseas. So this is going to be a very big change for the Indian companies to look for. Bullion exchange, again, India's first spot bullion exchange. So you trade on exchange, you buy the gold, you take the delivery on the same day. So we have physical bullion vaults in Gift City today. Capital market intermediaries, there are aircraft leasing firms, 35 fintech entities already registered, providing services to India and to the foreign investors. So I think the ecosystem is quite vibrant today in terms of the financial services. Recently, I think 2 days back, foreign universities have also now set up campuses. So first time, the foreign universities have been permitted to set up their campus, and 2 Australian universities have set up their campus in Gift City. These are Australian universities which have set up their campus today in Gift City, and they will provide the same foreign degree which they generally offer it in their home country. Again, it's a good initiative for the availability of the right kind of talent for the companies operating in the zone. Some of the numbers I'll not mention much in detail, but more than $19 billion of investments have already been committed by the foreign investors to the funds registered in Gift City. So I think we are talking of real numbers, real businesses which are already happening. And I think it's the right time, if you are looking to go global, this is the platform which you can look for. Some of the names which are already present, I think Google and Capgemini have already announced recently they are setting up their software development centers. But some of the foreign banks which are already present, some of the service providers, foreign funds, they are part of the ecosystem today. I'll quickly mention 4 businesses and then I'll, close my remarks. But very important, we know that in Bangalore there are many venture funds or many startup funds. I think many of you are also looking to raise money from the NRI or the foreign investors. There is a very dedicated framework where you set up a fund in GIFT, raise money from the foreign investors and invest back in India, which is either under the FDI route or the FPI route. Earlier, many of you used to go to Mauritius and Singapore to structure your fund. I think this is a right platform, right regulations with efficient tax framework where you set up a fund and invest in India as well. You can also invest overseas. So there are no restrictions in terms of investing into either of these jurisdictions. And I think it's becoming a very vibrant ecosystem today in terms of the funds established today in GIFT. And the related ecosystem required for a fund in terms of trustees, custodian, the broker dealers, investment advisors, they are all present today in GIFT City. And there is a right kind of regulatory framework for all of them to set up their business in GIFT City. The trading, and I think again, Bangalore has a vibrant ecosystem for algorithm trading basically in the international markets and as well as in India. You can actually trade any international market sitting in GIFT City. So whether you want to trade Nasdaq or a New York Stock Exchange or a Singapore Stock Exchange, we have a dedicated framework known as Global Access, where you can set up a trading firm in GIFT City and trade any international markets. I think this has been the ask of many international traders. Probably this is a right platform for now many of the members to look at. FinTech, as I mentioned, we have a sandbox regulatory regime. So if you want to test your product, you can be part of the sandbox regime, operate under the regulated environment, and then eventually move to a direct authorization. Once you feel that your product is ready to be marketed, you can actually get the direct authorization, and this FinTech framework is available today. This is important for a FinTech firm, say a payments or a solution provider who is actually looking to now provide services to the global banks or global companies. This is the web platform from which you can actually provide these services. And when we talk about FinTech, as you know, it includes banking related to digital banking. It also includes wealth tech, robo-advisory. So I think you name the FinTech, as a services that's available today as under the regulations. Another key aspect I would like to highlight is the TechFin. And what we have enabled under the regulation is the TechFin as a framework. So if you are a technology company and providing services to the BFSI client overseas, still you can be a part of this ecosystem. So I think generally we have FinTech, we have talked mainly more from the perspective of B2C. TechFins are generally provide their services to the B2B. And that's where there is a dedicated framework under the FinTech which allows even a technology companies to provide services to the BFSI clients overseas. Last but not the least is the global in-house centers. I think we in Gujarat is now becoming hub for the global in-house centers, especially GIFT, which focuses more on the financial GICs, because what's important for many of the GICs is that your foreign regulator wants you to be under the regulated environment. And first time in India, GICs are now regulated by a financial regulator. You can set up, provide services to the global banks, branches and the subsidiaries companies. And it's a very light touch regulations through which you can operate. Bank of America is the first one to, which is operating as their first GIC with more than 2,500 people already operating from the zone, and many such GICs are now setting up in the IFSC zone. The two aspects I would mention, the central government income tax benefits. All these businesses which I mentioned, it enjoys 10 years of income tax holiday. So no income tax for the period of 10 years, and you can select any 10 consecutive years out of 15 years. No indirect tax, so there is no GST. And for particular businesses, there are dedicated tax incentives in the nature of no capital gain tax, no short-term and long-term capital gain tax, no withholding tax. So I think IFSC has a vibrant regulation and tax system under which you can actually operate and go global. In addition to it, apart from the central government tax incentives, Government of Gujarat offers very attractive IT incentives under the IT/ITES policy. I'll not mention more in detail, we can have an offline discussion on it, but this is one of the best incentive policy that you would have seen in the IT sectors, and probably we can discuss in length offline. But thank you very much for being here, and we look forward to interacting with you off the session as well. And we invite all of you to visit Gujarat, visit GIFT City whenever time permits, on individual capacity or as a group. We will be happy to host you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir, for sharing the detailed information regarding the GIFT City. आज हमारे साथ इस बैंगलोर रोड शो के अवसर पर उपस्थित है माननीय उद्योग मंत्री श्री बलवंत सिंह जी राजपूत, गुजरात सरकार। मैं अत्यंत विनम्रता और प्रसन्नता से माननीय मंत्री श्री को उनके विशिष्ट उद्बोधन के लिए सादर आमंत्रित करती हूँ।
भारत की शिलोंग नाम से प्रसिद्ध बेंगलुरु में आयोजित वाइब्रेंट गुजरात रोड शो के आज के इस कार्यक्रम में उपस्थित GRDC के MD डॉक्टर राहुल जी, GIL के MD तुषार भट्ट जी, फिक्की के चेयरमैन उल्लास कामत जी, GS मशीन के डायरेक्टर खैर जी, उद्योग जगत के सभी प्रतिनिधि और इन्वेस्टर जी, देवियों और सज्जनों, आप सबको मेरा नमस्कार। गुजरात तरफ से आप सभी को लिए बहुत सारा प्यार और अवसर लेकर आया हूं। मुझे बताते हुए खुशी हो रही है कि विश्व के नेता, भारत के सबसे सफल माननीय प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र भाई मोदी जी ने 2003 में पहला वाइब्रेंट गुजरात ग्लोबल समिट आयोजित किया और गुजरात में विकास और अवसरों, गुजरात की काबिलियतों और प्रदर्शित करने, उद्योगों को बढ़ावा देने 20 साल पहले विकास का बीज बोया था। आज ये बीज परिपक्व होकर विशाल वृक्ष बना है। राज्य में नए उद्योग, टेक्निक, रोजगार को बढ़ावा मिले, राज्य के ग्रामीण और शहरी विस्तारों को सामाजिक और आर्थिक परिस्थिति में पॉजिटिव बदलाव आया है। गुजरात का विकास का एक रोल मॉडल बना, विश्व के इन्वेस्टरों और विचारों को एक मंच पर आए, नए विचारों और तरीकों को, टेक्निकों को पता लगा और विकास के नए दिशा तरफ सोचने का अवसर मिला। इन सभी प्रवास के कारण गुजरात आज उत्पादन में 18% है, फैक्ट्रियों में 11% है, निकास में 33% है, GDP में 8.4 है, स्टार्टअप में समग्र गुजरात दरेक राज्य में प्रथम है, लॉजिस्टिक रैंक में भी प्रथम है, रोजगारी देने में भी गुजरात आज प्रथम है। 9वीं समिट में 135 देशों ने और 42,000 से ज़्यादा विदेश प्रतिनिधियों ने गुजरात में निवेश किया और आज गुजरात के राह से अनेक राज्यों में सीमित होने लगी और सभी राज्यों से भारत की प्रगति हुई है। मुझे बताते हुए आनंद हो रहा है कि 2003 में एक पृथ्वी एक परिवार एक भविष्य की जो थीम पर समिट हुआ था और 2023 में G20 थीम भी वही थी, जिससे दुनिया में देशों का स्थान पर बहुत महत्वता बढ़ा है। आज़ादी के स्वर्ण काल के दौरान 2027 तक 5 ट्रिलियन इकोनॉमी और 2047 की विकास भारत का निर्माण के राह पे आगे बढ़ रहा है। सितंबर 2023 साइंस सिटी में अहमदाबाद में प्रधानमंत्री श्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी ने उपस्थिति में वाइब्रेंट की 20 वर्ष की समिट की सफलता और अवसरों का मनाया था। वहाँ रोबोटिक गैलरी, नेचर पार्क, एक वाटिक गैलरी, शार्क टनल का दौरा किया। दोस्तों, ये साइंस सिटी पिछले 2 सालों में लगभग 28 लाख से વધારે लोगों ने यहाँ मुलाकात किया है, जहाँ यहाँ समिट बिजनेस नेटवर्क, नॉलेज शेयरिंग और सामाजिक और आर्थिक विकास के लिए साझेदारी के लिए सबसे प्रतिष्ठित विश्व मंच में एक बन गया है और गुजरात सरकार पूरी ईमानदारी से मक्कमता से इस आगे बढ़ रही है। गुजरात में गिफ्ट सिटी, धोलेरासर, ड्रीम सिटी, ग्रीन फिन पोर्ट, LNG टर्मिनल, हाई स्पीड रेल नेटवर्क भी विकास के सभी इस यात्रा में सहभागी है। भारत का पहला ऑपरेशन नेशनल स्मार्ट शहर गांधीनगर में स्थापित गिफ्ट सिटी, जिसमें फाइनेंशियल सेंटर और अंतर्राष्ट्रीय बुलिंग एक्शन भी है, वहाँ जहाँ स्कूल, क्लब, पार्क जैसे सुविधाओं से लोगों का जीवन और गुणवत्ता में सुधार हुआ है। इस गिफ्ट सिटी को सिंगापुर और दुबई जैसे फाइनेंशियल सेंटर की बड़ा स्थान मिला है और सऊदी अरब, अमेरिका, कई देशों की कंपनियां, वित्तीय संस्था और फार्मेसिक फंड पर मौजूद है। गूगल और कैप जिनमें जहां आने अपनी इच्छा जता चुके हैं, गिफ्ट सिटी फाइनेंस और फिटनेस के लिए हब बन रहा है। फिनटेक कंपनी स्टार्टअप गुजरात में स्थापित तौर पर विकसित हो रहा है, जिसमें बैंक, बीमा भी समाविष्ट है। आप सभी को गिफ्ट सिटी में अपना कार्यालय केंद्र बनाने के लिए मैं आमंत्रित करता हूं। गुजरात में RT की एक सीमित पॉलिसी है, जिसमें सर्विस सेंटर को भी बढ़ावा मिला है। गुजरात के उद्योग फ्रेंडली वातावरण से उसमें सेक्टर में काफ़ी प्रगति हुई है और आर्थिक विकास भी हुआ है। दोस्तों, बायोटेक्नोलॉजी में भी उभरता हुआ क्षेत्र है, जिसमें रणनीति और सेक्टर स्पेशल विकास करने की योजना है। गुजरात में बायोटेक्नोलॉजी मिशन और बड़ौदा में 100 एकड़ में बायोटेक पार्क की भी योजना बना जा रहा है। दोस्तों, डायमंड सेंटर में गुजरात और भारतीय प्रगति में आगे बढ़ रहा है। सूरत में दुनिया की सबसे बड़ी कॉमर्शियल बिल्डिंग डायमंड बुश और जवेरी में गुजरात को विश्व का डायमंड व्यापार से जुड़ा का काम किया है। नेट जीरो और रेवेन्यू एनर्जी भी गुजरात में बड़े कदम उठाए हैं। 22 गीगावाट की रेवेन्यू ऊर्जा कैपेसिटी भारत के 15% से भी ज़्यादा है। कच्छ में 30 गीगावाट का हाइब्रिड पार्क भी विकसित हो रहा है। हाइड्रोजन मिशन के तरह 100 मेगावाट एनर्जी उत्पादक होने और ऊर्जा और पवन ऊर्जा भी हम काम कर रहे हैं। गुजरात की बात करूं तो 2022 में सरकार ने शपथ लेने के बाद 108 कंपनी के साथ 118 प्रोजेक्ट के लिए 1,42,000 करोड़ में का MOU हुआ, जिसमें 60% से ज़्यादा मैन्युफैक्चर में आज आ गया है। माननीय प्रधानमंत्री श्री अमेरिका के प्रवास दौरान सेमीकंडक्टर कंपनी माइक्रो ने भारत में आने की इच्छा जताई। गुजरात ने सिर्फ 6 दिनों में जमीन दिया और 90 दिनों में भूमि पूजन हो गया। आगामी वर्ष में कंपनी उत्पादन में आ जाएगी। मुझे बताते हुए खुशी हो रही है कि सेमीकंडक्टर पॉलिसी लागू करने का पहला राज्य गुजरात है। उसमें राज्य में मैन्युफैक्चर को भी आगे बढ़ा जा रहा है। 2036 में होने वाले ओलंपिक खेलों के आयोजन करने के लिए गुजरात भी अपनी तैयारी कर रहा है और इसमें हिसाब और जरूरी इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर भी बन रहा है। गुजरात में समृद्धि है, शांति है, सुशासन है, सलामती है और सरकार की सक्रियता है। अगले 10 जनवरी को माननीय प्रधानमंत्री श्री गेट विद द फ्यूचर की थीम पर वाइब्रेंट गुजरात समिट का उद्घाटन किया जाएगा, जिस राज्यों के अधिक मंत्रीगण, विविध देशों के प्रतिनिधि, इन्वेस्टर, वैश्विक CEO और बुद्धिजीवी शामिल रहेंगे, जिसमें माननीय प्रधानमंत्री का विकसित भारत का सपना होगा। मैं ये सेमीकंडक्टर, ग्रीन हाइड्रोजन, इलेक्ट्रॉनिक मोबिलिटी, रिन्यूएबल एनर्जी, टिकाऊ विकास और उत्पादन की चौथी पीढ़ी इंडस्ट्री सभी भविष्य हमारी प्राथमिकता रहेगी। विश्व के इन्वेस्टर और आप सभी के लिए गुजरात आने का सुवर्ण अवसर है। आइए गुजरात के जोड़ने का ये मौका है। एक साथ मिलकर विकास की नई ऊंचाइयों को पार कर सकते हैं। अमृत काल में आयोजित हो रही 10वीं वाइब्रेंट गुजरात समिट भविष्य के विकास की अमृत समान रहेगी। ऐसी वाइब्रेंट गुजरात का हिस्सा बनने का आमंत्रण देने के लिए हमारे माननीय प्रधानमंत्री के प्रतिनिधि के तौर पे मैं यहाँ आया हूँ। आप सभी को मैं विश्वास दिलाता हूँ कि गुजरात आपके आगमन की प्रतीक्षा करेगा और गुजरात में व्यापार और उद्योग के लिए आपकी इच्छाओं का हमारी सरकार समर्थन प्रदान करेगी। वाइब्रेंट गुजरात के मध्य समावेश विकास करना और 2047 तक भारत को विकसित बनाने में हम सभी लक्ष्य प्राप्ति के लिए फिर से एक बार आप सभी को गुजरात आने का आमंत्रण देता हूं और मेरी बात को यहाँ समाप्त करता हूं। भारत माता की जय।
माननीय मंत्री महोदय, आपके सकारात्मक शब्दों के लिए, विश्वास भरे संबोधन के लिए एवं उत्साहपूर्ण आमंत्रण के लिए हम भी आपका बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद करते हैं। We would now like to welcome Shri Tushar Bhatt, IAS, Managing Director, GIL, to deliver the vote of thanks.
I extend my warm greetings and heartful namaskar to all of you. I would like to express my sincere gratitude to our distinguished guest, including Honorable Minister of Industries, Government of Gujarat, Shri Balvantsinh Rajput ji, Vice Chairman and Managing Director, GIDC, Dr. Rahul Gupta sir, Shri Videh Khare, Mission Director, GACM, Shri K. Ullas Kamath, Chairman, FICCI, Shri Gaurav Sharma, Vice President, IBM Cloud and Cognitive Software, Shri Viraj Mehta, Director, Global Capability Center at the Kraft Heinz Company, Dr. Vinod Kumar, Director, Promotion in Space, Shri Sandeep Shah, General Manager and HOD, IFSC and Strategic Gift City, Your presence exemplifies a profound interest and commitment to economic growth, innovation, and inclusivity. With immense pleasure and deep gratitude, I extend my heartfelt thanks, signifying a significant commencement of the 10th Vibrant Gujarat Global Summit, scheduled from January 10th to 12th January 2024 in Gandhinagar, Gujarat. Gujarat's policy-driven approach is instrumental in nurturing a business-friendly environment. The state's robust IT-ITS policy is poised to revolutionize Gujarat's IT landscape, with the ambition to position it as a leading state in the IT sector and a preferred IT destination. In conclusion, I want to say thank you for being here today, which shows your strong dedication to moving forward and supporting the values that the Vibrant Gujarat Summit stands for. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir, for your warm thank you note. And with this, we come to the end of the Bengaluru Roadshow of Vibrant Gujarat Global Summit 2024 and invite you all to witness the Grand Global Summit, which is wonderful in itself. I would now request all the dignitaries to kindly step forward for the group photograph and request you to applaud for all of them. We thank you all for being a wonderful audience, and we request you to kindly join us for the lunch. And then, after that, the requested participants for the meetings are supposed to join us at the venue. Thank you.